Good morning, this is At Home with Miss Joan, and they say it's going to spit snow around here in northeast Alabama this weekend, and I'm thinking, oh, we need a soup. And I hadn't made a potato soup in a long time. So I'm down to my last potato here. I'm just going to cube up about 6 of these. See this sitting in my hand right here? Potatoes, and I've already washed them, and I just saved this last one so you can see how I cut them up. I cut my potato in half, then I halved it again, and that's how I'm going to get my little cubes for my potato soup. I'm going to finish this out right here, and we'll get it on to cooking. This is a really quick dish, and it's so comforting to have something warm to eat when it's cold weather. All right, I'm taking my 6 cube potatoes that I see here. They are about like a little thumb size. And then I would have chopped up a small onion or a half of a small onion and put in here. But y'all already know about the orange bowl. Orange starts with O, onion starts with O, and Miss Joan keeps her chopped onions in the orange bowl. So I dipped out a half a cup of chopped onions. That's going in my potato soup. Okay, all in the world I'm going to do is pour my potatoes and my onions in a bowl of water that'll cook on the stove. I'm going to cover them. You might want to zero in on this and see how much to cover them, because this is the soup mixture. I'm just going to get them covered, barely covered. They're not going to have a lot of extra water. See, they're all covered. I'm going to put these on to cook, and when they get fork tender, I'll come back and show you how I finish off my easy potato soup. Okay, my potatoes has been cooking 20 minutes, and I told you we was going to cook them till they're fork tender. I'll show you. See, they're fork tender. See how I can just barely mash them in. Some of them's already mashed up a little. You want some with little chunks and some real mushy. That's what helps make the right smoothness to your potato soup. Well, anyway, these cook 20 minutes, like I said. And now I'm going to do what I call on a lot of other recipes. I'm going to jazz it up. And I learned this little thickening trick from a dear friend, Sue Walker. She's already gone on to be with the Lord since I believe it was 2014. I loved her dearly. Learned a lot of sewing and cooking tricks from Miss Sue, what everybody called her. Anyway, she told me I used to thicken mine with flour. She said, oh, don't do that, or cornstarch. She said, use cornmeal. I thought, well, Sue, that's the craziest thing I ever heard of. But I tried it, and she was right. So I'm going to pour off a little bit of the water. It could be chicken broth, whatever you chose to cook your potatoes in. Remember, I just put water in here. Well, this is hot, so I'm trying to go easy. All right, see, I'm pouring me off some in a cup. And to that, I'm going to use Miss Sue's trick of a heaping tablespoon of cornmeal. That's going down in here. Right there. That's going to make my thickener for the potato soup. All right, I'm just going to whisk it up. And when you put it back in here and let it cook just a minute, it thickens your soup. Y'all see that? And it don't really have a little bit more, look like, because I had a lot of gooey in there. And don't worry if it's not the consistency or thickness you want. Make you a little bit more of this. Or if it's too thick, add you some water or chicken broth. All right, I'm adding what I call my homemade roux back in here. You want to look in there because we're going to work from the boiler from here on out. I poured it back in, and I'm letting it heat up. I had my eye turned down. Okay, see how creamy that looks? All right. While that's thickening up, I'm going to tell you about it. This is my idea here, and I've been doing this for years. When we have a party where you serve a chip and dip, like this stuff right here, French onion dip, serve it with your potato chips, you know. Well, I save whatever we have left, and I freeze it. And when I'm ready to make potato soup, this is my secret ingredient. This looks like, and it's kind of runny right now because, you know, it was frozen, so I thawed it out in the microwave. I'm pouring this half of a container which is a cup probably, French onion dip, because this is a 16-ounce container and it was half full. So I put 8 ounces. Look at it, how wonderful it is. Look at my soup coming together. See it? Miss Sue's meal thickening and my French onion dip idea. There it goes. Now, to keep making it delicious, I'm going to put in melted butter. And to my friends that want exact measurements, right now, I'd say that's 3/4 of a stick of butter going in there. And look at this right here. See, and once the potatoes are done, it's just minutes before you're eating potato soup, you know? Just minutes. Now it's time for me to put like the amount of salt and pepper that we want in it. So if you remember from the start of the video, I had chopped onions and chopped potatoes that I cooked in water. I could have made it a little more flavorful if I'd cooked them in chicken broth, okay? But I didn't today. I didn't have any thought out. And then when the potatoes got done, I thickened them. I poured some of the water out, the juice, thickened it, and remember with a heaping, might have been 2 tablespoons of cornmeal. And you don't taste that cornmeal in here either. That's what surprised me. Miss Sue said you wouldn't taste it. She's right. Okay. And after I thickened it, then I added my own French onion dip that I keep frozen outside so I can make my potato soup anytime I want to. And then I added butter, which butter makes everything better. And then I just salt and pepper to taste. Now, I've got Mexican cornbread in the oven. But if you'll look back at my, I think it's white bean chicken chili recipe, that day I also showed you how to make Mexican cornbread. So tonight for preacher's supper, we're going to have potato soup and cornbread, a Mexican cornbread. So what now? All I got to do, well, it's really ready. I just need to put the lid on it, maybe turn it down on low and let it get as thick as I want it to be. And then I will show you some of it served up in a bowl. It's done now, but one of the things that I forgot to tell you was I put in about 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream too, right there at the end. And we had done cut the camera off when I thought about it. And if you don't have heavy whipping cream, just canned milk or regular milk or anything. Or you don't necessarily have to have it, it just makes it a little creamier. Okay, I'm going to ladle up some. Let you see it, how we're going to have it for our meal. It would splash when you want it to be pretty. Okay, here's my Mexican cornbread that I told you it's in another video with the white bean chicken chili. This one's thicker. Sometimes I make it real thin. Preacher likes it thin the best. Okay, and we just kind of serve it up like this. Put some crumbled cheese on there, and then maybe a few pieces of bacon. And that's how you make easy potato soup here at Home with Miss Joan. And I would so appreciate it if y'all would subscribe to my videos. It would help me out a lot. And share it on your social media. Surely would appreciate it. At Home with Miss Joan, and Preacher and I are going to sit down and have us a wonderful potato soup and cornbread meal on this cold day.